everyone, it's Tambarambaa here again. Thanks for joining me on my channel, and today I'm creating another Art by Marlene art journal page. So this one is in my perfect size journal, and I've actually used a couple of the Kraft inserts as well. So I really love Marlene's papers. They're really thick and they withstand mixed media really well, so they're my favourite papers to play with. And for this one, firstly I just added white gesso to the background, and then I grabbed a sheet of the scrapbooking paper from her Bold and Bright collection, and I just love these papers. They're a great jumping off point to start with. So when I'm not sure what I want to do, circles is always a good idea. So here I am, I've just used like a mug and a couple of bits and pieces from that are just around me in different sizes to trace some circles. So then I'll just cut those out, and these will kind of form the base of my page. So then I've drawn inspiration from the colours straight from that paper. Marlene always matches her colours so well, so why just let her guide you, I would say. So what I'm doing is on a little acrylic block, I'm just adding some of the paint. So I've got yellow, which is the happy, and then I've got Peony, which is like a soft pink, and then I've got hot curry, which is the orange, and Ballet, which is the bolder pink. So I don't know if you could see it, but with the hot curry it was a bit too bright orange, so I added some white to that and a little bit to the happy as well, just to soften it a bit, just so it matches the paper a little bit better. Then I've come in with the flowers. I've used the large and the medium from Romantic Florals, and I've just stamped them over the top of what I've painted. So, well, I'm not sure if I mentioned I actually painted those colours onto some text paper that I had laying around. So then I've cut those out, and now this is where I have, as I said, I really have no idea what I'm doing. So I'm sort of just trialing things here and thinking about my background. Of course, I want this to look like it's one whole page and not two separate pages. So I'm just kind of thinking, where am I going to put my circles and where can I put my flowers? So I'm just kind of playing around. Then once I think, yep, I like that, I go and tip them all off and hope that I can just kind of remember. So I decide I need a little bit more white gesso, that it just not enough is peeking out through the background. So I quickly add a little bit more, and I just apply that with a spatula, and then I dry that off. And then I start gluing down those circles using the sticky glue. So as you can see, one of them I placed over the 2 pages. That's just to tie the pages together. So I always make sure some of my circles are coming off the page, and then I can just trim off those sections, just so it looks like it's a moving piece of art. Then this is such a fun thing to do. I grab my lace paint, my pitch paint, which is the black, and I just scribble around the edges a couple of times of those circles. I love doing this. I love the grungy sort of feel that it creates. And then I've also grabbed from the Romantic Floral stamp set again, there's some lovely splatter marks in there. So using black archival ink, I've just popped them through the layout. Now I'm deciding where my flowers are going to go, and once I know where I kind of want to put them, I decide to freehand draw some floral shapes. So I've been doing this a lot in all my art journaling lately. So I just add them to the edges of the circles and where I know that the floral stamps will go underneath. So I dry that off, and I need a bit more in my background. So because my background's mainly just black and white, I grab the writing stamp and use the script scribble stamp in there, and I pop a bit of that throughout the background. Now, if you remember back to the paper that I used, it had lovely black and white striped edge, and I know I'm going to put that on at some point. But I've drawn inspiration from that, and just on the edge of those little flowers where the petal sort of doubles up, I've just popped some white paint pen, and once that's dry, I come in with black paint pen and just add some stripes. And I really love how this looks on those flowers. It will tie the whole page in, and it's just a cute little addition to the flowers. So now I can glue those flowers on. Again, lots of shuffling. And I want them to sit up off the page a little bit, so I don't only sort of add my glue to the centre parts, because I want to have the petals loose a little bit, just to give a bit of movement to the page. And then I just adhere them. Now at this point I move one of them, and there's a part that I'm not really happy with, and it's the large blossom that I scribbled on with the paint. So I'm trying to sort of fix this. So how I try and go about it is I double it up, just so it's a bit more arty, I guess, and then I add a couple more little scribbles around my page, again against the circles. But I decide I need another couple of florals in there, so I dig out the text paper that I'd already painted on, and then just using, there's a set of 3 smaller flowers, but I'm only using one of those. I again paint them, cut them out, and then add those stripy edges, and I just tuck them into a couple of places, and I'm happier with that. Now it's time to add a quote. So from the sticky quotes, I grab happy happy, and I use the black background one and not the white one. I stick that on the page, and then I just do some journaling around it. So the journaling that I've done is find what it is that makes time stand still when no other thoughts come in. That is your happy happy, and you should do more of that. So that's what I write around that quote. But what you can see that I've been doing here is I was talking about that black and white stripe that was on the paper. So I've just torn little edges off and popped them on the sides of my layout. And that's pretty much all I do. So this is where I'm adding that journaling that I talked about. Yeah, and that is it. So it's a nice fun page. I love working on the Kraft. It just changes your colours a little bit. It just gives a totally different look. So I'll leave you with a few close-ups, and I hope this has inspired you. Thanks for listening to me today. I have a cold, so my voice is not up to its normal standard. So I'll leave you with that. I'd love you to subscribe or leave me a comment, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.